when you operate a certain way and you move at a certain pace, at a certain speed, and you operate on a super high frequency, then when you leave out the crib, you leave out the crib riding a certain wave. So it done been times to where when I was leaving out the crib, I saw another person leaving out the crib at the exact same time. So anytime you're leaving out the crib, you have to know that you're quantumly entangled. It's quantum entanglement with other like-minded chosen people. So even if you don't see them, you and another person, y'all riding a certain wave. So it had been times where I was leaving out the crib and I was looking and the block was silent. And then as soon as I move and take my first step, I see 4 cars come through the block, come down the block. They all going 4 different separate directions, but they're riding the same wave. It's just like if you outside and you don't see no animals, no birds or nothing, but then all of a sudden you see birds appear, a butterfly appear, and then everything starts to surface out of nowhere. So in other words, you are riding on a certain frequency. You operate on a certain vibrational dimension, or you live within a certain vibrational reality. So what I'm saying is this: a person can be walking across the street and you can know this person, and any other time they see you and you see them. But this particular time, you see them, but they don't see you see them. And you telling yourself in your mind, like, any other time they see me, how they don't see me and I'm right here? The reason is because you in a different dimension. And when you're riding a certain frequency or you're riding a certain wave, then another person, they can be on a lower vibrational dimension and you operating on a higher dimension, to whereas they're not even in sync. They don't even synchronize, or they don't even get in tune with your frequency, because you're operating on a different frequency. So when you're at the store and you meet a person that thinks similar to you, that's because like-minded people are riding a certain wave, to where they're at the same place at the same time in certain instances. So another example, when I'm leaving out the crib and I'm going to the store, I could be moving too fast and something can tell me to slow down. I don't want to arrive at the store too soon, because if I do, then I can be at the wrong place at the wrong time, or I can be at the wrong place at the right time for someone else. So I make sure that I follow my spirit, and also spirit or the ancestors, they send me different signs or different spiritual messages from animals or bugs, or spirit captivates my attention and make sure spirit makes sure it distracts me by making me focus on a spiritual sign or a spiritual animal or something that makes me slow down my pace so I can move at a certain pace at a certain time. So by the time I do arrive at the store, I'm at the store at the perfect time. So a person can threaten your life, a person can threaten my life, but it'll never work out in their favor. I will never be at the wrong place at the wrong time. I will always be at the right place at the right time. Everything is in divine order. There's no mistakes. And you can never be out of alignment, because you was manifested and you was created as the alignment. So all paths lead back to the source. So make sure you trust in your frequency. Make sure you pay attention to detail. Make sure that you're meticulous and that you're scientific and systematic in your approach to life. Because as an ancient rare soul, you pay extreme attention to detail. So seek to find a spiritual message in everything, and never second guess yourself, because you can never fit in within a box. You don't even live within a box, and you can't even live outside of a box, because you don't even know that a box exists. And people tell you about this box, but they can never put you within that box, because your spirit is untouchable. So I can touch you invisibly without even touching you physically, because I'm not the body, I'm the spirit.